No, we have to stop it there. How are we going to stop it? But the song, but it's just so cool. I'm so glad that I had a look at that. It just put me really in the Christmas spirit. Kia ora and welcome. My name's ZoeStibi and I'm a vocal coach. And in today's vocal analysis, we're going to be taking a look at Adam Lambert and Beverley Knight with the Christmas song. I cannot wait. Both of these artists are just the most amazing singers. They have crazy ranges. They have incredible colors in their voices. Let's see how they're doing that and what they're up to with their vocal technique.
Sung by a choir and folks dressed up.
No, we have to stop it there. How are we going to stop it? We're going to stop it there because I'm loving the way that she is already like sung by a fire. Using these consonants to really color the sound is just stunning. Firstly, I also have to say like bravo, because Westminster Abbey at this time of the year would be freaking cold, and you can see that there's lots of people in like big jackets. Let's go back on that. We'll stop and start. We'll be a little bit more annoyingly stopping and starting. Yeah, this is amazing. Vocal technique. Mwah. And you heard that with her chestnuts. She went and she did this big dip song, roasting on and, we've got a little bit of playing around there with the rhythm, which is really fun because it's a way that you can make the song a little bit your own by still going along with the music and with the musicians, but you're just changing the phrasing around to fit your way of acting out the song.
Sung by a choir and folks.
So we go sung by a choir and opening up into that lovely big note. You don't necessarily have to go choir. This is almost a little bit gospely in the way that she's really bending some of these dip songs and making even more out of them. But the sung by, it's just so cool to go to that sing where you've brought the soft palate down and the tongue against the top of the mouth. Absolutely stunning. You can see there as well, she's doing quite short phrases. We've got these short, sharp, high breaths. You can really do whatever you want when you're using these like really easy chest voice sounds with your breath. And she's at a level, where she's these short, sharp, high breaths are actually going to be easier for you to make this sort of chest voice sound.
By a choir and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows some turkey and some mistletoe will help to make the season bright.
We all know that Adam Lambert has, well, if you know Adam Lambert, I'm a big fan of Adam Lambert. If you do know his voice, he is a very highly trained musical theatre performer. And we just heard that at the beginning there. Smooth onset, almost a classical, musical theatre legit kind of sound. All of that's really similar. Thin vocal folds, no breath coming through the The thing is with Adam Lambert has a fabulous tenor voice, so that's why he and Beverley are able to sing at the same pitch, because that's what they're doing, singing in the same octave there, because Adam is able to get up so high. And we heard everybody knows, this little tiny little glottal sound. Everybody knows. A little bit of that warmth coming in there. That's meaning a slight lowering of the larynx, but not really, because he is really high and he's trying to get this sort of like light sound, I feel.
Some turkey and some mistletoe will help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight.
Oh, I could just clap through this whole thing. So you could really... I mean, look, let's be completely honest. The song is a little bit when it comes to like the lyrics and all that sort of stuff. It's not my favorite Christmas song, but I like the really like big gospely numbers when it comes to Christmas. So this is a very sweet song sung by two incredibly like big voices. Like I want to hear them sing fucking Oh Holy Night or like the First Noel or like go absolutely mad at some like big gospel number. Oh, I would die for that. Let me know down in the comments if you know of one of those performances, because that would make my Christmas day. So we've got this, when he went down into that again in that very thin vocal fold sound, we heard literally no breath in the sound, because when we're in musical theatre, actually we really try and train to get rid of all of the air. And this is where that finesse really comes in. We want to be able to sing with air and without air, because this is the mix that we're going to get. This beautiful, it's still a poppy sound, but it is coming really from that classical musical theatre training. Let's go back on that. He did do a big, slightly bigger note, more of a trumpet shape going into that higher chest voice sound.
Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep.
We'll find it hard to sleep. Again, this is stuff that we do all the time in sort of classical training, and that's why I really recommend for everybody to do cross training. So you're singing some songs in a more sort of like head voice or even a little bit more towards the classical style, and then you're going for the pop and the rock and the musical theatre, because that way you're going to be really getting an all-round vocal education and training. And that's really then like all styles of singing is going to help strengthen the whole voice rather than just staying in one style or one particular. I mean, obviously you want to focus on one style. It's not possible to be professional in all of these categories, I don't believe. So when we've got this, let's just keep watching.
Tonight, they know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child will soon be spied.
I'm sorry, I just had to stop it there. Beverley full on forgot the words, but this is so, I mean, I'm just having a laugh because I just love it that in a situation like this, like I cannot express to you how little time you get to prepare for these types of performances when you are at that level. Like you are literally, they probably met that afternoon to do the sound check and run through their song once, and that was it. If they had even met before the day that they're actually performing, that would have been a bit of a miracle if one of them was like in like if they were in the same town. So when you get to a certain level, actually you get way less time to prepare, because it's assumed, well, it is assumed you learn the music by yourself and then you come together, it goes together, you sing through the song maybe once or twice if it needs to be sung twice, and then you keep on going. But it is challenging when you're singing harmonies with someone else. And we know that Beverley has this fabulous, she has a fabulous higher voice as well. So she might be used to singing the higher harmony. I know this is what I always struggle with. And when you're used to singing the higher harmony, when you have to then sing the lower harmony like she's doing there, you can sometimes get a little bit lost because you're used to pitching off the note that, like the other note, and then you pitch above it. So it's just about, I'm not saying that no poo-pooing to Beverley, night. She's doing an amazing job and she's amazing. But it's just sometimes that can be a little bit tricky when you're so used to singing the higher harmony. Let's just go back on that. Now we do see, I don't know about any sort of cosmetic procedures that anyone has had done. I'm not going to make any comments. Everyone is welcome to their own lives and whatever. I just want you to notice this lift as they go into singing together in both of their cheeks. You've noticed it a little bit throughout the song, but you're going to notice now that they're moving into a bit more of a song where they have to take away their sort of individualisms about their songs, you're going to see they're lifting in here to really get a nice thin vocal foreclosure before they start singing together.
They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child will soon be spied to see if reindeer really know how to fly. So I'm offering this.
You can see here as well on the cheeks. This is what I'm talking about, this slight lift. As I say, I'm not commenting on any type of, maybe that's a lift because of a cosmetic procedure. I know that this is very in to get filler put in here. But regardless, we are seeing this lift here. When we're lifting in here, you might have heard of people talk about smiling with your eyebrows and also biting into an apple or thinking up and over the note. What we're talking about when we say these types of cues is we're meaning that we really want you to lift the soft palate and to think, as we say, up and over the note is also going to be caused by a forward and high tongue. So that's really what we're focusing on there, is doing the both of those things when we're talking about lifting. And also if you've got an issue with pitching, or if you're feeling a little bit like you're singing flat, or you feel like your sound in general is just a little bit flat and you want to add some resonance in there, I've actually got a program that I really recommend to everybody to work on their resonance. It's called Sing and See. It's down in the description below. I've been using it since I started singing lessons, actually, and it's an absolutely incredible tool to download for your computer if you're looking to work on your pitching or on your resonance. You can really see it on the program. Check it out down below. There's also some free singing lessons down there as well if you would like them.
I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas.
I know we're just right at the end, and I should have got, but we saw that the tongue. Adam Lambert loves to bring his tongue up. Merry Christmas. We said that's what we want to do when we're singing high. Merry Christmas. Sometimes he brings his tongue even further over top of the lip. You don't necessarily have to do that, but really bringing it forward is definitely the aim of the game.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
I can only imagine how weird it is that, because, you know, a lot of the times in church, you don't clap after a song. I'm always the one, like on Christmas Day, just like this. I love all singing when it comes to performances, and especially I just think it's so beautiful to, in such an amazing place like Westminster Abbey, to hear that type of music. It would have just been, I can imagine it's just like reverberating everywhere, and like kudos for them, because it'll be cold in there. It'll be really, really cold. And it's hard to sing in a cold environment like that, because you have to make sure that you're breathing in through your nose so that you can warm the air before it hits your vocal folds. And also somewhere like a church, no matter, or an abbey or whatever, whatever, in a church, because a church. So whatever we're talking about in these sorts of situations, even in theaters, it's very dusty. Like, they're very, very, very dusty places. And not only because they're old and like not everyone can get to all the nooks and crannies, but also because of the incense and the frankincense that gets burned. So that's why, especially if you're in sort of like old theaters, or even on these sorts of stages in churches, I really encourage you to breathe through your nose if you are struggling, because it's like typical, you breathe in through the mouth, your vocal folds get coated in a little bit of dust, and then it's really hard for you to sing. We saw the two of them there. I mean, look, they're the ultimate professionals. This is the way that professionals operate when you're singing, especially together with one another. I almost felt like Adam was sort of like looking at Beverley and saying the words and keeping that eye contact, so that because she was struggling a little bit with the lyrics there. You never want to let it know to the audience that someone else or your duet partner has forgotten the lyrics. Like, never, never, never. It's like a little secret between you. And also you're looking at one another just for those cues at the very end. So there would have been, you could see the little string orchestra down on the side. I don't know if there was like more instruments there, but it would have been the conductor as well as the two of them then working together. And so you're constantly wanting, Adam would have been keeping it out the side of his eye. Beverley would have been seeing them. And also sometimes it's about communicating sort of between each other for those situations. But the song is relatively easy, and it was relatively easy within the it's quite slow. So there was more than enough time for thinking. As I say, not my favorite Christmas song, but I think sometimes those songs are the hardest to sing because there's no vocal fireworks for us to lean on. So what we're really looking for is just the pure beauty of the tone. And that's what I'm saying about this whole cross-training malarkey, that picking a song doesn't have to necessarily be about Christmas, but a song like this this actually comes from a musical, I think. Then, picking a song like this, which is relatively old standard song, very standard in the timing, and it was written like that so that you could then change and pull the melody around yourself. And that's, for example, what Rodgers and Hammerstein used to do, write really simple melodies, very simple notation when you look at it, so that the artist can actually change it with their own acting. I'm so glad that I had a look at that. It just put me really in the Christmas spirit. I'm without my Christmas jumpers though this year because, well, I just couldn't find any cool ones this year, which was really upsetting. But maybe next year. Maybe I'll get some on sale after Christmas this year for next year. But if you've enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to see you around here more often. Honestly, it really does help me to help more people like yourself here on YouTube with free vocal technique stuff. And if you're interested in singing lessons and working with me, have a look down in the description below, because I do have a handful of spots opening up for one-to-one classes, singing lessons, as well as my online singing school, the Vocal Academy. We are accepting new students, and I'd love for you to join us for our live masterclasses and small practice groups to work on your singing. Check out some more Adam Lambert up here. I haven't looked at Beverley before on the channel. We need to change that, don't we? Well, we just did. We just had a look at her. Have an awesome rest of the day. A happy singing. Just remember, I'm going to come closer. Anyone can learn to sing. You just have to be given the tools, and you just have to learn from someone in a really structured environment. And that's what I'm here for. So I'll see you around here. Mwah! Ka kite anō.